So we got Taylor on the ride. How you doing today?
Not tired since I didn't have to work a lot.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I see. Put you up early in the afternoon here. So would you just get a couple hours in?
Yeah, I got almost 3 hours. That was it.
Oh yeah, real short day.
Yeah.
It's almost like, why'd you come in?
That's what I was thinking, but I'm like, all right, whatever.
Hey, that paycheck. That's why you went in.
No, I'm normally always the one going in whenever someone has to go out or calls out or something. So I'm used to it.
Oh yeah, that's what happened today.
Yep.
Yeah, the time of year, everybody getting sick right now.
My dad used to be a Marine, so I'm used to like moving around a lot. So it's kind of hard to tell when it's like the sick season, because it's supposed to be like around fall and winter. Oh, that person is getting pulled over.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was wondering how long he had them lights on, because I was like, I didn't pull over like, I was supposed to, the proper way of driving.
Oh, but apparently he's not going for that person.
No, and apparently, who knows what he's doing. Nobody's pulling over for him.
No one's getting out the way.
No, like a UPS truck has just got in front of him. Like, this is kind of crazy.
The first time I've seen that happen. Normally everyone pulls on like the side of the road, but no, everyone just...
No, they're just there like nothing happened, but he doesn't have no sirens on. It's like almost like, does he even know he has his lights on?
Maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah, maybe he accidentally hit it with, I don't know where it's located, but with his hand or elbow or something, you know what I mean?
It would be really easy for him to just like scoot over it and like start going like
I
down.
know, it's so crazy how it's happening like that. It's not even a he. We shouldn't have been so quick to assume, I guess. Should I let her know? I don't know. I feel like...
I know. Should we just like say, hey, your lights are on?
Yeah. Should I be like a civil citizen and kind of wave to her? I'm kind of scared though.
Yeah, because
I'm not as privileged. Maybe she's like, what this guy's trying to do? He's trying to I don't know what to think. I'm just scared of cops. Is that bad? Does that make me a bad person?
I'm actually a criminology major, so I've seen about like a lot of stuff. Not normally, the cops aren't normally bad, but it's just a few bunch that basically make people afraid of cops.
Yeah, well, that's true, right. I've met plenty of cops who actually were good people and looked out for me at times, even myself, personally. But there's always those few bad apples. But I'm always one to say, you can't let one bad apple rot the whole tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just at the same time, you never know which one's a good apple until it's too late and you take that bite. And the bite's back. So she's right there. Should I say something?
It's like pull like the window.
I don't know. I'm so nervous.
Here, pull down.
You want to pull your window?
Yeah.
I can't be responsible for anything that happens to you.
Hey, your lights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
They're easier to see at night.
All right.
Gotcha.
It's only my back
It was like the little siren ones.
Yeah, up top. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You're welcome. Yeah. All right. We survived. She was nice though. I can tell she was a little embarrassed because she did turn pink. She's got that kind of complexion that flushes. So it was kind of cute. But yeah, hey, we've all been there. When I first picked you up for the first 45 seconds, I had my hazard lights on and I didn't realize it though. Hey, well, I'll tell you one good thing about us doing that is that cop's been behind us pretty much ever since. And if we didn't already do a favor for her, I'd probably be a little nervous.
It kind of looked like we were about to be pulled over, and we're just not.
I would be like, why is she still behind me?
like, oh,
But-
there's gonna be a car chase.
In my defense, though, I've literally have been on the highway where a cop was pulling past me, and then once he looked over and saw me and my friend, he was actually Native American, but he was darker skinned than me, and so he looked, like Hispanic or something.
Yeah.
So with that, the cop actually slowed down so he can get behind me, and threw his lights on and pulled us over. And when that happened, he told us to get out of the car and sit on the hood of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like sit on it, not like putting hands on it down or whatever.
Yeah.
Like so we were facing forward or whatever. And then he started going through my car. And I'm like, whoa! I didn't give you consent to search my car.
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
So he turns around and he has his hand open, and he has marijuana, like a couple of like loose buds of marijuana in his hands, and it wasn't from me. I literally cleaned my car at the gas station before jumping on the highway. So if that was there from my buddy or whatever, like, cause I've been with him all night long. I know he didn't have nothing like that. So like if that was on my car, I would have seen it. You know what I mean? Like that, I would have cleaned it up with everything else I threw away. So yeah, but we got arrested. To sum that part of the story, and I went to court, and by the time I walked in the door, my lawyer was like, "It's already thrown away." Like, I don't know what it was that all about. You know what I mean? Like that was a crazy thing, but I was literally set up like something out of the movies. Yeah. So.
And you said that you guys were on the highway.
Yeah, we're on the highway. It was a state trooper pulled us over, and.
And you guys weren't speeding or anything. Nothing was wrong with the car.
No, like I said, he pulled up on the side of us, looked in, saw two minorities, and slowed down to get behind us. Threw on his blinker, told us to get out of the car, and sit on the hood of the car, like facing forward, and then start going through my car, and came out with planted.
There's no possible way for him to even say that he could smell anything, because you guys were on the highway and going that fast and everything. I really doubt he just happened to just look through the car and see anything. So there was no probable cause for him to even pull you over.
No, this was a long time ago, before weed was like even thought of being legal, and it was in like a predominantly white area in the middle of suburbia, you know what I mean? It wasn't in Florida or nothing. It was so forgive me if I got a little nervous when a cop was following behind me for a long time.
Yeah, because since I've actually read like plenty of stuff to where there used to be, and probably still are, like some police stations who they care about making a whole bunch of arrests, because the more arrests they actually make, the more they look like they're actually doing their job,
right? They're not letting people slide with stuff or whatever.
They look like hardcore police station.
It's like a known thing that at the end of the month that the cops are all over the place. I say at nighttime especially, they're like cockroaches all over the place, because they're trying to get their quota. And that's at the end of the month. You'll notice that if you pay, if you're out and about, you'll see that it just happens to be more cops than normal, and that's because they gotta get that quota. And it's a scary thing. So, would you take criminology? Like, what made you get into that? And were you interested in working with cops, or the other way around?
Because before, a lot of the reason I actually wanted to get into it is like the whole cop shows and stuff, and so I would just be watching shows and like reading into it. Plus, like I said, my dad also just got out of the Marines, so that also enforced me. But it's like as I keep learning it, I keep hearing about all of the things that's wrong with basically our justice system, and it's scary how how easily corrupted things can get. Like, for instance, did you know that doing the fingerprints, that's not actually a legitimate thing? It's not an actual science.
Really? What do you mean?
So basically, I don't remember how many points they look for. I think maybe it's like around 20. But they look at the person's fingerprint, and then they look at the fingerprint they have, and they find a certain number of things that are basically similar with both of them.
But it doesn't have to. But it's not exact.
Because there's actually been a case where there was someone who they were accused and they had fingerprints. So I think about 3 or 4 people checked it. It's like, no, this is definitely yours, because we checked, and we checked about 20 points, and they both like match up. And so it's like, that was not me. And so finally they had one more person come, and they were like, well, yeah, I also checked that, but then I also checked I checked a few more times, and I found one point that wasn't similar. So this can't be theirs. Because just this thing about how you have, it's basically the idea of every snowflake is
gonna be different.
Yeah. So if every fingerprint is different, can you imagine how many points are actually different?
Right.
Do you know?
Right. How many different people?
It would take too long to check every single point.
Yeah.
And
there's about 10 fingerprints per person. You know, it's ridiculous to try to assume that you can actually match it. Anything like that, 100%.
And there's no actual computer system that, like, you see on TV how they put in, and the computer just sorts through a whole bunch of different fingerprints, and then boom, they find the right one. There are actually people who are trained in that, and so it's even worse when you have fingerprints on scene, but you can search all you want through like fingerprints that you already have. But if you don't already have the actual fingerprint, you can't just automatically say, hey, this is the one that matches.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I remember when I was a kid, there was a whole thing where like we had to like fill out some forms, some government forms, and they actually took our fingerprints.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, I'm like, wait a minute, I feel like that was, set up to get me in the system. But so I didn't, because I didn't know if, like, how would they match it if you never been arrested before? If they didn't already have your fingerprints. But then somebody brought that up, and I looked back to that day, and I was like, wow, I wonder. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. And you learned that in criminology class.
Yep.
And they straight up tell you that, like, with that, they kind of justify, like, give you, say why it's justifiable that they do that, like. Are they straight telling you that really, like, they shouldn't be doing it when they teach you that?
It's because really there's basically a whole lot of stuff that they can't 100% put it like this is 100%. We are definitely sure, because there are also plenty of people who are put on death row who are actually innocent.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times. So. Let me ask you, with learning all this, has it changed your perspective from when you first, signed up for the class?
It has really changed it, because the amount of people who are probably innocent, who are either serving time or who could possibly be on death row, or who are just getting arrested, that are probably innocent for plenty of either big crimes or small crimes. It's immense, and it's making me think, is there a way that I could actually change it to make it better? But this system's been going on for a long time. The system's been getting better bit by bit, but it's just really hard to find something to where we can extremely lower it.
Well, I'll tell you this though, if you don't try, you'll never know if you can make that difference, and the difference may never happen. So definitely don't give up on that. And I'm glad you even had that train of thought, right there. I'll support anything you can do in that way. With that, paint me a little bit of a picture of when you first signed up, how, like, your perspective on, you know, like, your idea of what you were going to do with that job and versus your idea of it now.
Before, I basically wanted to just go, okay, well, there I keep hearing that there are plenty of spots and they have a whole bunch of qualifications, so they probably need like more hands, more help. So I want to basically just have like that job and go out and help. But now it's I want to start small and just get higher, and I just want to find a spot to find where are the big thinkers for all of the systems they have and rules to make. I just want to find out what is their actual train of thought whenever they make new rules or whenever they change rules, and see.
Now that you've learned a little bit more about it and it's not exactly what you thought going into it, what exactly would you like to do with it?
That's the hard part. I'm probably still going to start off as a police officer, but now it's not just to find what parts I like, what parts I don't like. I want to find out how it actually functions to see what part do I want to help out more, like what parts actually need strengthening, and what exactly are people actually doing.
And that way you can help with any of the issues and things that you disagree with. So I applaud you on that. That's definitely great to hear that, you know, you're not giving up on your dream. You're actually trying to you know, you've actually used it in a positive way to help, you know, in a whole. And definitely, that's great. Well, hey, we're here now. I definitely appreciate the conversation. It's a longer ride than expected. I don't know if I can chop it down for you guys, but it was a good one. So, hey, till next time, Taylor, you have a great one.
You too.
To my chicken wing buddies, we have a group that gets together and cook anywhere from 65 to 100 chicken wings, and we have a secret recipe. And
What if we get like 100 likes or something like that on the video? Can we get you to reveal the secret?
I'll give you part of it.
Oh.